All right, 4.4. Write 4.4 at the top of your notebook. Solving two-step inequalities. We're on page 146. Do you need an extra piece of paper? Jaylee, do you have one you could slice off for him? Thank you. All right. Now, this chapter is not much different than what we've been doing, okay? We still just want to get the variable all by itself. Yes. So, this is the activity. Do you see how it says number 1 activity right there? We don't usually do activities, but what I would like you to do is just look at these little boxes, okay? We're not going to do the activity that the boxes are in, but I just want you guys to look at this box, okay? What is happening to my x? And it's also being added by 12. If I said I wanted x all by itself, what do I get rid of first? Very good. You have to subtract 12 first. So subtract 12, subtract 12. Yes, Wyatt? Do you have a question or no?
No.
Oh, okay. What's 22 minus 12?
10.
Rewrite everything, okay? Now, how do I get rid of what's going on around x? Divide by 4 to both sides? Now, 10 divided by 4, is that a very nice number? No, but what is it?
2.5.
Yeah, which is nicer than 10/4, agreed? 2.5?
Yeah.
I can write it just like that. Once I have my variable all by itself, now can I graph it? Yes. You cannot graph this if you still have numbers next to your variable, and that's what a lot of people did during the quiz. Okay? How would I graph this?
Open circle at 2.5.
Okay, so I'll go to 2.5, open circle. X is bigger.
Going to the right.
Very good. Okay? Now, I just kind of whirled through that one for you, but I will go slower on this next one so you can take the notes on it, okay? And remember, my 7th graders who are in here right now, this video is being recorded, so you can always go back to watch this, especially if we have a quiz on this stuff. Super awesome to go back and rewatch these, okay? Okay, write down 4x plus 3 is greater than 22. Write that in your notes. What do I always want to get? The variable by... Very good. I want the variable by itself. I can't do what's directly happening to the variable yet. I have to get the stuff around it gone first, right? What is the stuff around it?
Numbers.
What number?
It's being added by 3.
Yeah, so should we get the 3 to go by first?
Yeah.
How do I do that?
Subtract.
Okay, so in your notes, show me you're subtracting 3 from each side. What is 22 minus 3? 19. Rewrite everything. Ew, once again, this is not going to make a nice number, is it? That's okay. How do I get x by itself? Divide by 4, divide by 4. So I have x is greater than 19/4.
1 3/4, I think.
4 can go into 19 4 times, which would be 16. 5 would be too many. So we can go in there 4 times. 4 times 4 is 16. 19 minus 16 is 3. You got it.
I knew it.
Now, if I were to graph that, I would go to 4 3/4, right? Open circle or closed circle?
Open.
Open. X is bigger? That away. Okay. Like I said, that was just activity 1. I want you guys to now turn to example 1 on page 148. All right. If you are reading this in your book or you're watching this as a video, always read the examples. this book is very readable, and what that means is that if you needed help, you can go to the examples and very easily, step by step by step, they explain it if you just read them, okay? I'm not going to do the examples. I want you just to know that if you need extra support, those examples are there. I want you guys to go to the bottom of the page. We're going to do number 1. It says solve the inequality and then graph it. Go ahead and write down 6y minus 7 is greater than 5. Okay, I have to get my variable by its self. How do I do that? Add 7. What is 7 and 5? 12. Rewrite everything else. Now how do I get rid of the 6? Good job. Divide by 6. Now, 12 divided by 6 is 2. So it's going to be y is greater than 2. How do I graph that? Go to the 2. Open circle or closed circle? Okay. Y is bigger. Anything? That away. Yes, Jude.
So you know, like how the thing, the mouth-ish looking thing?
Yes.
So it's bigger than the Y, so it goes that way. And it's like the tip of the, you know how the arrow goes?
Yeah, that's a good
So
little
you can
trick.
look off that and see which way it's going.
You could always do that, right? So what Jude is saying is, see how the symbol right here, see how it looks like it's pointing that way? It's always kind of a little trick to know which way your arrow goes. Kind of cool.
As long as the variable's on the left and it's not.
Yes, as long as the variable on the left is not negative, right? Because negative would mess you all up. So don't use that trick as like the guaranteed way, but it is a cool observation you made. Number 2, go ahead and write down number 2 in your notebook. 4 minus 3d is greater than or equal to 19. Can I divide by negative 3 first? Why no? Yeah, very good. I can't do what's directly happening to d. Right now, directly d is being multiplied by 3. I can't do what's directly happening yet. I have to get rid of this stuff first, right? Now, be very careful. A lot of kids will say, oh, it's being subtracted by 4, so we need to add 4. But guys, isn't this a positive 4 right here?
Yeah.
If I just added 4 to both sides, that would give me 8 minus 3d. Now, my problem is even worse, right? My problem didn't get solved. I have to get 4 to go away. So instead of adding 4, what do I need to do?
Subtract.
Yeah, remember, you do what's the opposite of it. So it's subtract 4 from both sides. What is 19 minus 4? 15. Rewrite everything else. If you don't keep this negative sign with the 3, you're going to get the wrong answer. It is negative 3d. Okay. Now what?
Divide by 3.
What kind of a 3?
Well, positive.
3.
Negative.
Yeah, we got to get rid of that negative with the 3, right? Can't keep the negative around. Okay, so now these are gone. I'm left with d is greater than or equal to? Good. Thank you for saying negative 5 and not just 5, because a positive divided by negative is a negative. Now, how do I graph that little sucker?
Close circle. Close circle.
Good. Close circle at negative 5. D is bigger.
Close circle.
Going to the right. All right. Ooh, this one's a good one to do. All right, write down W divided by negative 4 plus 8 is greater than 9. What do I get rid of first?
8.
Yes, why not the negative 4?
Because that's what's directly happening.
Yes, get rid of the extra stuff around it gone first, right? So, plus 8, so we're going to?
Minus.
Good job. Subtract 8 from both sides. That makes it go away. Then I'll have w divided by negative 4 is greater than
1.
1. How do I get w by itself now?
Multiply by -4.
Good. Multiply each side by negative 4. That gets rid of this. W is greater than, and then Jaylee said my answer is going to be negative. Negative what?
4.
Good. Is that super easy to graph? Go to negative 4. Open circle or closed circle? W is bigger. That away. Good job, kids. Okay. Ooh, this is kind of fun. Look at example 2. You do not need to write this one down in your notebooks. I'd prefer if you just followed along with it, okay? This one's fun. Which graph represents the solution of this? First, I need to solve this, correct? I can't graph anything if my variable is not by itself, right? So I need to get x all by itself before going and finding out which graph it is, correct? Okay, I'm going to scroll over here where I have some empty space to draw, but I'm going to rewrite it. It's negative 7, parenthesis,
X plus 3, close parenthesis, less than or equal to 28.
Thank you. Okay. Guys, is there anything I can do in those parentheses?
No.
No. So my next step would be to distribute. What's negative 7 times x?
Can't do that.
You can.
Can you?
Yes.
So it's 7x.
Negative 7x. What's negative 7 times 3?
Negative 21.
Okay. Rewrite my stuff. Now, can I solve for x? What do I get rid of first?
21. Negative
21.
Good. I want to get rid of that negative 21, so I'm going to add 21 to both sides. Bye-bye. What's 28 plus 21?
49.
49. Negative 7x. Now how do I get negative 7? Go bye-bye. Good. So I have x is less than or equal to...
7.
Ooh, I heard some negatives and I heard some positives. Is it negative or positive?
Negative.
Negative 7, because 7 times 7 is 49. That is the solution. That is what we're going to go look for in the graphs. So it looks like it's going to be a closed circle for 1. It's also going to be at the negative 7. Okay, so let's go look at our graphs they gave us. Okay, so far, C and D are out because I'm looking at their 7s, and those are the positive 7s. Okay? Now we're looking at A and B. My answer is x is less than or equal to. Is it going to be A or B?
A,
Why?
it's gotta go to the left if it's less than.
Yeah, we're saying x is less than, right? Hey, how did they get this? Ooh, do we have to flip it? It looks like they flipped their sign. Undo the multiplication, undo the subtraction. We did that, we did that. Use the division property of identity, reverse the inequality symbol. What? Hold on, guys. We're having a crisis here.
Technical difficulties.
The multiplication property of inequality reverses the inequality symbol. Ooh. Man, I really hope the kids at home are watching this video very carefully. Okay, so, you guys, if you are multiplying across an inequality, remember inequality is these symbols, it flips the symbol. Holy smokes, did we totally not go over that? Oh my goodness. If you are multiplying, it flips the symbol. It doesn't flip the symbol if you're dividing it. It doesn't flip the symbol if you are adding or subtracting. It flips the symbol when you multiply.
That's it.
Use the division property of inequality, reverse the inequality symbol. Well, I guess they divided right here, right? And it flipped the symbol. Let me go back to lesson 4.3. Maybe they explained it in 4.3. They did. Oh my gosh. They did. Okay, this is really interesting. Okay. Multiplication property of inequality. So I multiplied it. It didn't flip there. But it flips up here. When you multiply or divide each side of an inequality by the same positive number, the inequality remains the same. But I guess if you're doing it by a negative number, then it flips.
So if you're multiplying by multiplying or dividing by a negative number, it flips.
Yeah, so look at this part. It says when you multiply or divide each side of the inequality by a negative number, the inequality flips. So, oh my goodness, that totally changes everything, doesn't it? It really does. You know these examples we just did down here? 1, 2, and 3?
They're wrong.
No, because I divided by a positive 6 right here, see? Here, I'll get my laser pointer. See how I divided by positive 6 right here? Because I divide by positive 6, my inequality doesn't flip. How about this one? Why should it have flipped?
Because it was divided by a negative.
Because I divided by negative 3. So if I divide or multiply both sides by a negative number, my sign is going to flip. Okay? So here, let me fix this. You guys can fix this in your notes too. This is 4 minus 3d is greater than or equal to 19. Remember we took that note on that? Go in there and erase this real quick. I'm going to erase mine. So because we multiplied or divided by a negative, we're going to flip this little sign, okay? So it should be this way. D is less than or equal to negative 5. Which means the arrow's going to go that way. I'm so glad we came across this. Holy moly. This is a big thing. Will you guys in your notes, in a big sparkly bubble with like shinies all around it and like exclamation points and just craziness, write down, if you multiply or divide by a negative number, your inequality will flip. On number 3, we took notes on this one too. I'll wait till you guys are done writing. Did I multiply or divide both sides by a negative number?
Yes.
Which one?
Negative 4.
Yeah, see this? See how I multiplied each side by negative 4, multiplied each side by negative 4? Because I multiplied each side by a negative, what should my inequality have done? Okay, so I'm going to erase it right here, and I'm going to flip it. And then that means I need to erase my graph, because that means that it's pointing the wrong direction, right? Oh my gosh, I'm so glad that we caught that. So on this example we did together, did I divide or multiply anything by a negative?
Divided by negative.
Which means what does my inequality need to do? It needs to flip, right? Because it flips, now what's the correct answer? Is it A or B? Yeah, it was A because we hadn't flipped it. But now that it's flipped, the correct answer is B. Man, that was a close one. All right, so what I would like to do now, instead of going over some of these examples, problems, I want us to look at our homework assignment, okay? So I will go ahead and show you what it looks like on here.
Is that it for homework?
This is your homework right here,
Oh, it must say for
1 through 7.
now.
Yep. I'm going to put this on the Google Classroom, but I also want to go through it real quick, okay? Solve the inequality graph the solution. 1 through 6, I want to get the variable all by itself. My number one thing I have to remember, though, you guys wrote it in your notes with like sparkles and cool things all around. What is it?
If you multiply and divide by a negative number, your inequality will flip.
How about that?
Yeah.
I'm going to keep that on your homework, just in case. Okay? Okay. Actually, I think I already posted it. But that's okay. It's nice to have that right there. Okay, so if you multiply or divide by a negative number, your inequality flip. You need to remember that 1 through 6, okay? So not only are you solving to get your inequality all by itself, remember that little spicy rule, okay? It is spicy. Number 7 is kind of an interesting one that I'm excited for you to try on your own. But would you like to do number 6 together?
No.
You guys think you got this? What would you do first to solve it? Distribute, so negative 6 times y, negative 6 times negative 3. Then get y by itself. Are things going to be flipping?
Yes.
How do you know already?
Because it's a negative 6 by y.
Yeah, negative 6s have to get divided out of there, right? Negative 6 is negative, and it's being divided. Of course your inequality is going to do some flipping, okay? All right, guys, I will go ahead and stop the video, and I will allow you guys to work on your homework. Make sure everybody uploads. Got it?
Bye.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye bye.